You're watching Faith Unscripted, coming to you from the greater Chicago area. Now, here's Pastor Moses.
Come on, let's jump into the word of the Lord today. Stand to your feet. We're getting ready to continue our sermon series that we've been doing over the last couple of weeks entitled Mood Swings. Everybody say mood swings. And we've been talking about throughout this series how we can manage and really how we can control how we feel. And I believe that's so important that we get a grip of that, because once we control our mood, we understand that our mood determines our movements. And if we want our movements to be going in the right direction, then we got to have the right mood. And so we've been talking about some topics as it relates to mood swings and how we can manage how we feel. And today, I want to do sermon 3, part 3 of this series, Mood Swings, and I'm excited about this word that the Lord has given me. Let's go together to 2 Corinthians chapter 7. That's where we'll be at today. 2 Corinthians chapter 7, and I want to look at 2 verses for the sake of our subject, and that is verse 5 and verse 6 of 2 Corinthians chapter 7. And I'm going to read this today out of the New King James Version. That is my translation of choice. 2 Corinthians chapter 7, beginning at verse 5. When you have it, holler back at your boy, I got it. All right, 2 Corinthians 7, verse 5. The Apostle Paul says this: "For indeed, when we came to Macedonia, our bodies had no rest, but we were troubled on every side. Outside were conflicts, inside were fears. Nevertheless," somebody shout nevertheless, "God who comforts the downcast comfort us by the coming of Titus." I love that. Verse 5. Notice here now the transparency of the Apostle Paul. He says, when we came to Macedonia, he said, our bodies had no rest. He said, we were wore out. He said, we were troubled on every, not some sides, but every side. He said, on the outside, externally, there were conflicts. Internally, on the inside, he said, I was dealing with fear, anxiety. Verse 6 makes me shout. He said, nevertheless, somebody shout, nevertheless, God who comforts the downcast comforted us by the coming of Titus. God, nevertheless, God who comforts the downcast. Today I won't talk from this subject as we do part 3 of this series, Mood Swings. Today I won't talk from the subject, delivered from being down. Delivered from being down. Before you take your seat, speak faith to somebody and tell them, I'm going to get delivered from being down. Come on, tell one person that. Hallelujah. You may take your seats this morning in the presence of the Lord. We're going to talk about that today, delivered from being down. Have you ever been down before? I'm talking about being in a place wherein you feel completely lifeless. Your mood has swung your emotions to a place wherein you really don't feel like yourself. And I guess if the truth be told, there have been times perhaps in all of our lives that we have experienced being down. I like to say that there is nothing wrong with being down as long as you are determined to get back up. It was the great late Muhammad Ali who said, life will knock you down, but get back up, because the ground is not a place for champions. You see, I truly believe that the word of the Lord for somebody today who is hearing my voice, whether in person or those who are watching online, I believe the word of the Lord for somebody today is that you can get back up. Come on, help me preach today. Look at somebody and just tell them you can get back up. And please understand, your mood does not have to keep swinging in such a way that it keeps you down. But I speak faith in this place, and I believe that by the grace of God, I believe by faith that your mood is about to swing up. Come on, look at somebody and say, my mood is about to swing up. And that's really the theme, y'all, of what I want to talk about today, because I want to teach you how you can be delivered from being down. And I believe that this word that God has given me today is such a relevant word, because we're living in times where people's mood are constantly down. I mean, even during this holiday season, Thanksgiving, there are many people that really don't even feel like celebrating Thanksgiving, because when they look at their lives, they feel so down that they think that they really don't have anything to be thankful for. You see, there are various things in life that you can endure or that you can experience that will cause your mood to go down. Can I talk about a couple of them? Things like death. Somebody shout death. Yeah, dealing with grief and the loss of a loved one can make you reach a place that you are feeling down. For somebody, this Thanksgiving may be a little different than your previous Thanksgiving. It's because your people that used to be at the table will no longer be at the table, because they are now gone to glory. And sometimes just having to deal with loss can make you feel down. But not only death will make you feel down. Come on, here's another one. Disease, come on, will make you feel down. Sometimes when you have to deal with unexpected diagnosis, it can cause your mood to feel down. Trying to manage pain in your body, trying to deal with the discomfort that you feel in your body. How many of you know that sometimes it can work your mind, sometimes it can work your emotions so much that it can cause you to feel down? Here's another one. Disrespect. Come on, somebody. Come on. It can make you feel down. Sometimes just not feeling appreciated or cared for can make you feel down. Feeling as if your life has no value. Feeling as if people don't really care about you or appreciate you. It can cause your mood to swing in a downward place. Here's the last one. Another thing I believe that can really, and this is really relevant for the times we live in, can cause you to feel down. Danger. Come on, somebody shout danger. Come on, having to deal with the anxiety of potential danger can cause you to feel down. Statistics says that during COVID-19, there are so many people who have struggled with mental health issues, because just having to wake up every day and wear a mask all the time has caused anxiety to rise in their life. Having apprehensions even for the holidays. Do I visit my cousin them? Do I go over grandmama's them house, because I don't want to catch anything and bring anything back to my house? Sometimes the times in which we live in of so much danger can work your mind so much that it can cause you to feel down. But church, if the truth be told, no, regardless of the multiplicity of reasons why our mood can be down, we have to understand that we have to fight the good fight of faith. Come on, look at somebody and say, fight the good fight of faith. Because hear me good, if we are not careful and if we allow ourselves to consistently become down and we're not careful to catch it, being down can quickly lead to being depressed. And eventually being depressed can easily lead to a person's demise. Therefore, I believe if there was ever a time for us to get free from being down, I believe the time is now. Come on, look behind you and say the time is now. And church, this is why I'm so excited about the text that I read to you here in 2 Corinthians chapter 7. Stick with me, because it is here in this particular pericope that the Apostle Paul, the main person of our text, he shows us, I love it, how we can get delivered from being down. And according to this text in 2 Corinthians chapter 7, for all my note takers now, take good notes. If we're going to get delivered from being down, the text suggests to us there's a couple of things that we can do. The first thing the text says we must do now, if we're going to be delivered from being down, number one, here it goes, recognize your situation. And number one, you've got to recognize your situation. Let the church say, recognize your situation. Come on, let me give you some history of the text, because it is interesting here in 2 Corinthians chapter 7. The Apostle Paul is writing his second letter to the church of Corinth. And at the time of our text, don't miss this, he is actually thanking them for receiving the correction that he gave them on his first letter. Now, I like the fact that this Corinthian church had enough honor and respect for Paul to receive his correction. I'm going to say it again. I said, I like the fact that this Corinthian church had enough honor and respect for Paul to receive his correction. And the sad thing is this, oh, how times have changed. Because I believe I got some people that can be honest, man. Come on, let's keep it real. We're living in a church age now that it's hard to pastor people. Come on, we live in a day that when you try to shepherd people, you try to pastor people, if you try to correct people, they will clap back at you. Man, they'll get on Facebook, they'll get on Twitter, they'll get on Instagram, and they'll tell it all. They'll refuse to listen and do what leadership says. But I like the fact that although Paul was hard on this Corinthian church, because if you ever read 1 Corinthians, Paul wasn't playing no game. He took out the whip and he was whipping some spiritual butt. He talked about spiritual gifts. He talked about sexuality. He talked about church order. He talked about some things that they were doing wrong. But I like the fact that they honored the God in him enough to receive his correction. And I'm moving on, but don't ever forget this. The true sign of a believer's spiritual maturity is seen in how they can receive correction from their spiritual leader. Oh God, I'm going to back that thing up and do it again. I said the true sign of a believer's spiritual maturity is not how they speak in tongues. It's not about how they shout, dance, do splits in church. Not about how long they've been in the church. Not about how much scripture they know. But you can see someone's real spiritual maturity and how they're able to receive correction. Look at somebody and ask them, can you receive correction? Tell me now, what did they say? What did they say? What did they say? All right, come on. All right, so listen, it is here in 2 Corinthians 7. Paul is literally, I love it, thanking the Corinthian church for receiving his correction. Now, it's interesting because as he is doing this, notice, verse 5, he has a flashback of how his life was at one point in a down predicament. Notice what he says here in 2 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 5. He says, for indeed when we came to Macedonia, he says, our bodies had no rest, but we were troubled on every side. Have you ever been there? He said outside were conflicts, inside were fears. I love, once again, y'all, the transparency of Paul here in the text. He says that there was a season of my life that was so tough that Paul says he was experiencing four things. He says, I was restless. He said, I was overwhelmed. He said, I was attacked. And I was dealing with fear. Ain't that deep? Verse 5, he said there was four things I was dealing with. I was restless. He says I was overwhelmed. I had trouble on everywhere I look. I had trouble. trouble financially, trouble in my family, trouble at home, trouble on my job. He said there was trouble on every side. He said I was attacked. I had conflict on the outside. He said I had to face Judaizers, I had to face people that were trying to tell me that I was wrong for preaching the gospel to the Gentiles. He said I was attacked on the outside, and on the inside, internally, I had my own fear. Now, this may not mean much to you, but we're talking about the Apostle Paul, an apostle of the church of Jesus Christ. Someone who no doubt he was anointed, and someone no doubt he was appointed. He said he was in a place that he felt restless, he felt overwhelmed, he felt attacked, he felt fearful. Talking about being down, can you imagine being in a place that is hard to wake up in the morning? No matter how long you sleep, it seems as if it's not enough sleep. Just feeling restless inside. Being in a place where you feel totally overwhelmed. Got so much drama going on. So much stuff going on in your life that it seems like it's so hard for you to find peace. Got haters on every side. Folk that can't celebrate you, folk that can't be happy for you. It's so bad that when you got good news, you can't even tell nobody, because nobody won't celebrate you, nobody won't smile, everybody always checking attitude, rolling their eyes, and you feel as if I got nobody who can just celebrate me, having personal and secret fears on the inside. Folk thinking that you holy, folk thinking that you brave, but what they don't know that behind closed doors, there's fear that's trying to manifest on the inside. Paul says, I was in a down season. But church, I love it because it is in Paul telling us how he felt that he reveals to us the first step to being delivered from being down. Because understand, he was honest enough to admit that he was in a down place. Although he was an apostle, although he was anointed, although he was appointed, he was honest enough to admit the fact that he was in a down place. You see, in order to be delivered from your mood, you first must own your mood. I'm going to say it again. In order to be delivered from your mood, you first got to learn how to own your mood. You see, in life, you have to learn to be honest about where you are. Because you cannot heal your mood if you're not going to be honest about your mood. And can I preach to somebody this morning? There is no shame in admitting that you may not be where you want to be or where you need to be emotionally. Yeah, there's no shame in that. There's no embarrassment in saying, I'm not where I want to be emotionally. I'm probably not where I need to be emotionally. But please hear me good. The sooner you admit it, the quicker you can fix it. I say the sooner you admit it, the quicker you can fix it. Because notice the literary analysis of the text. Notice it from a literary perspective. Watch verse 5 again and look at it now from a literary perspective. Paul says, for indeed when we came to Macedonia. Now watch it. Our bodies had no rest. All right. But we were troubled on every side. Outside were conflicts. Inside, here it goes, were fears. All right. Notice the past tense language of the text. Paul says his body had no rest. Okay, I see y'all went good in English. All right. It had no rest. He said troubles were on every side. He said there were conflicts and fears. Now, please understand, once again, Paul was writing to the Corinthian church about troubles that he had faced, here it goes, in his past. All right? Y'all slow, but you're worth waiting for, all right? Here it goes. And if Paul was using past tense language to describe what he was going through, it would suggest that he was no longer dealing with it anymore. And application of the text, if you can be honest about where you are, you won't have to be there for a long time. Because although you may be down today, if you can just recognize your situation, it can be past tense tomorrow. And I believe I've got some people that can testify that if you just admit it, God is able to fix it. If you can recognize it, God is able to restore it. And I come to prophesy to somebody's troubles today. Somebody shout, prophesy, Pastor. Come on, I come to prophesy to somebody's troubles today that your troubles are about to be past tense. Come on, I got 3 folk to receive that. Come on. I said, I come to prophesy to somebody's troubles today that your troubles are about to be past tense. That whatever you are going through, I come to tell you it's about to pass. Come on, and here's a word for somebody. Don't wait until it passes to change your mood, but go ahead and change your mood right now. Don't wait till you see it get better to change your mood swing, but have enough faith in God to understand if God said it's about to pass, I ain't gotta wait till I see it. I got enough faith in God. I got enough confidence in God to change my mood right now. Can I encourage somebody who's in the midst of hell? Don't wait for the hell to end. If you believe your God is able, I need you to open your mouth for the next 10 seconds, and I need you to shout like you know you serve a God that can make your troubles be past tense. I don't know why some of y'all being so cute, because you acting like God ain't did it before. Some of you can testify that stuff you was going through last year, you haven't seen it since last year, because God made it go away. God made it past tense. I wish I had 20 people that can start praising God for the stuff that you've conquered. I need somebody to start praising God for the stuff that you already have overcome. Come on, high five yourself and say, I am a survivor. I have conquered some stuff, and God deserves my praise. Well, I wish y'all would help me preach today. Come on, look at everybody around you and say, it's about to pass. Come on, it's about to pass. See, you can't shout because you may be, I ain't gonna shout till it passes. No, you a faith mover. You can shout in the midst of hell. You can dance while you're depressed. You can shout while you're sad, because all you gotta do is do what Paul did. Have a flashback and see where the Lord has brought you from. And it ought to be enough for you to change your mood. Come on, high five yourself and say, I'm about to change my mood, because I believe that the God I serve is able. Hallelujah. Sit down. Sit down. Hallelujah. And I'm here to tell somebody, hear me good, that your mood will change when you realize that your present problems are about to be your past problems. I said your mood will automatically change the moment you realize that your present problems, they are about to be your past problems. Oh, somebody say it's about to go away. It's about to go away. Come on, look behind. Say it's about to go away. It's about to go away. It's about to go away. Been dealing with it too long. It's got to go away. It's been nagging me too long. It's got to go away. Demons can't stay at my house this long and be comfortable. It's got to go away. Come on, they can't keep on treating me like that. It's got to go away. They can't keep on being that hard-headed. It's got to go away. I can't keep on being this broke. It's got to go away. I can't keep on waking up this sick. It's got to go away. What do you do when you're going through so much that your life becomes a contradiction? Come on, what do you do when you're going through so much hell that your very life is a contradiction?
Join us every Sunday virtually on Facebook Live, live stream, or YouTube for a powerful, impactful word.
Remember now to get your praise on every Sunday
on Facebook Live, live stream, or YouTube for a powerful, impactful word.
Hi, I'm Lucretia Herring, Executive Director of Faith Movers Academy. Faith Movers Academy is located right here on the grounds of Faith Movers Church. Born out of our senior pastor, Pastor Moses B. Herring Sr.'s vision to have a Christian academy that marries spiritual growth and development and academic rigor, Faith Movers Academy provides for a Christ-centered, personalized educational experience that is both fun and creative. And we want you to be a part of that experience. If you have a scholar that is pre-K, ages 3 and 4, or if you have a scholar that is in grades K through 5th grade, we would love to see you here. Why don't you visit us at www.faithmoversacademy.org or call us at 708-279-1012. Remember, Faith Movers Academy, where we're building faith, developing scholars, and revolutionizing education. We'll see you soon.
Faith Movers Academy wants to be part of your child's educational journey. At FMA, we believe every child is a scholar and every scholar has a divine purpose and gift from God. Birthed out of the vision of our senior pastor, Faith Movers Academy is an innovative, Christ-centered, culturally relevant academic institution that believes in personalized learning. At FMA, we believe in hands-on learning, exploring our world through field trips, and giving each scholar an educational experience tailor-made for their learning style. At FMA, Faith Movers Academy will serve children ages 3 to 4 and offer grades kindergarten through 5th grade. Registration is open. Drop by for a tour or come to one of our many open house opportunities. Support the vision. For more information, go to www.faithmoversacademy.org or call 708-279-1012. Remember, Faith Movers Academy, where we are building faith, developing scholars, and revolutionizing education. Join the movement.
Thank you for watching Faith Unscripted with Pastor Moses. If you're ever in the greater Chicago area, Pastor Moses would like to personally invite you to see him live at Faith Movers Church. Faith Movers Church is located 25 minutes from the city of Chicago at 425 Exchange Street, University Park, Illinois, 60484. You can join us every Sunday at 11 a.m. and on Wednesday at noon and 7:30 p.m. We know this will be a transformational experience. Once again, thank you for watching Faith Unscripted with Pastor Moses. And remember, whatever you do, be a faith mover.